Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to Book and Bujo, where I talk about all things books, bullet journals, and stationery. Today I have a little bit of a stationery and a tea haul for you. First up, we have a little something from Ferris Press, and when I backed their Kickstarter for the Inkwell Carousel, I also was able to get a pack of chargers for free, and so I just picked some out and they came in, and I got myself a little bit of something else while I was there. So let's go ahead and find out what's in here. Let's see. Oh. So first up is the charger set that I got, and this one is from the Finer Things collection. It's a very pretty box, and they have like a little sample of the colors here. And I will turn the camera around and face it down and when I'm done with my little haul here, and just show you a sample of each of the colors with my dip pen. Let's see if I can actually get these out of here. There we go. Packaged nice and tight, which is great, so don't have to worry about breaking. It's in the inside. And they do feel like they are glass, and then it's like a little metal tin on the top. They are a great size. They hold quite a bit of ink in here, so I'll be able to use these for quite a while. So this one with the SU, I don't know if you can read that or not, but this one is the Steeped Umber, and that is kind of this brownish color here. Then we have the OH, which is Oyster Hour, which you can see here. And then we have the SCP, which is a Spruce County Post, which is this one here. And I will do a little pen test with those for you in just a bit. And then the other thing I got, so I am in love with my Kaweco Sports, and that size of pen, it just fits really well in my hand. I have somewhat small fingers, even though I have kind of long fingers, but they're on the petite side, so I like a nice petite pen. And the color of the box is basically the color of the pen, so it's kind of a rosy beige color. And this is their Carousel fountain pen, and it is in the Lady Rose color. Let's see if I can get in here without ripping it too bad. Ooh, and it has like a little notch right there, which is nice, helps you pull it out of the box. Oh, this is quite petite. So it's a little bit longer than a Kaweco Sport, and the lid itself the cap is pretty similar, but the body itself is a lot smaller, and it's definitely plastic. That's a pretty tight click on there. And this one is a fine nib. Oh, sorry, baby. And it does come with a cartridge converter, which is nice, so you don't have to have cartridges, which makes sense since they sell a whole bunch of ink. So that you fill that up, and it's a twist one, so you twist it all the way down, and then you can twist it back up to fill it. And then that just goes in here. And then you put this side back on, and it's ready to write. You can say hello to Walter over here. I'm sitting on the floor, so he's very excited, wants to sit in my lap. So here's my more, I guess, plastic Kaweco Sport, and so you can see you can see the size difference between the two. So the Kaweco Sport is definitely smaller, and I will show the comparison for that when I do the writing sample as well. So my Ferris wheel press carousel, and so you can see the difference between a Kaweco Sport and the carousel. And then again, when they are posted, so a little closer inside once they're posted. The Kaweco Sport is just a little bit smaller overall, but they are both fine nibs. Alright, so let's do a sample really quick with my dip pen, glass dip pen. And this one is the SU, which is the steeped umber. And it is, again, a glass with a metal lid. And the Ferris wheel press logo on there is really pretty. All right. So that is the steeped umber. It's a really nice brown color. I do really like that. Be a great one for doing trees and just for November. It has a very November feel to me, so very excited about that one. Yeah, I find that old eyeglass cleaners work really well to clean off fountain pens. And then we have the OH, which is the Oyster House. I'm really excited to see, I'm really interested to see what that color comes out like. And it's like just the right size hole to fit my dip pen in. It's kind of nice. Let's put the lid back on there so it doesn't spill, because I will most likely knock it over. A little bit more wet. I might have just gotten a little bit more on my nib. That one's a nice kind of brownish green color. Very good fall heading into winter colors. I love it. All right, last but not least, we have the SCP, which is the Spruce County Post. So again, excited to see what this one is. So I think this one's going to be a really nice green. Those are all beautiful colors. Really like that green. It's got a little bit of coolness to it. So let me know in the comments what you think. Which one is your favorite color? The Steeped Umber, the Oyster Hour, or the Spruce County Post? Great fall colors. All right, so let's get into this carousel pen just a little bit. Again, it's really strong posting on there. And it snaps nicely onto the back end as well, so it's not going to fall off. All right. Let's actually go with the Oyster Hour I'm thinking to fill up my pen. Move this out of the way so you can see a little better here. So for this one, it's a twist on this side. So you want this black piece all the way to the bottom. Then you just put the tip inside and twist until it comes to the top, and then you get a nice fill. And then this side, the open side, of course, goes into the nib side. And then it's ready to use. Again, let's close that cap so I don't knock it over. So whenever you get a new fountain pen, you want to make sure you clean off the end of it to make sure there's no oils still on there. Just a tad little bit of dish soap and some water could help cut through any oils that might be on there as well. And this is the carousel in Lady Rose. It's got a little bit of skipping at the beginning, but this is the first time it's been inked, so I understand that. We'll see as I use it how it goes. There we go. Okay, let's give this another try. Sometimes it just needs a little time for the ink to run down to the nib. So the carousel fountain pens are $15, so for that I think it's a decent price. I think it's a good beginner fountain pen. It's nice and lightweight, it's easy to use, easy to fill, easy to write with, it feels good in the hand. If I compared it to my Kaweco, which is closer to $20 to $30 depending on where you find it, I think this is a smoother writer. It writes a little more smoothly. To me, it feels a little better in the hand than the carousel does. This one isn't too bad, just mainly because of the hexagonal shape down here. Overall, it's nice because it has a place for each of your fingers as opposed to just the roundness of the Kaweco. But to me, I feel like this is just a little bit easier for me personally. I tend to change my grip quite a bit as I write, especially if I'm writing for long sessions and my hands start getting a little bit tired. I go from like writing like this and maybe I'll write like this and kind of move my hand around just a little bit, and it would be a little bit harder to do that with on this one. But I love the color. I think it's great. It's very pretty. It's a great price. So I would recommend this fountain pen. It does come in multiple colors, so you get to have a lot to choose from. I am a bit biased because I am a Kaweco lover. I love their pens. So a little bit biased there, but I do really like the fountain pen. I love all of these inks. I would definitely get all of these as full-size inks once the chargers run out. The chargers are great. They're a great size, a great sample size, and I love that they're glass. So you do want to be careful. You don't want to knock them on the floor and have them break, but they are great, and you can recycle both the lid and the cap. I think the packaging that it comes in is also really nice because they fit very snugly in here. and they're not going to move around or shimmy shake and knock into each other. But then they also come in this one where it's also very snug in the box, and you can actually see the colors that they come in. And they are all 5 milliliter vials. Then the fountain pen, the case it comes in is also very nice. So it has a little spot at the bottom that this goes into, and then at the top. And so that fits snugly in there. And then again, here, so you get a little sneak peek of what it is. And the packaging is beautiful. I love the little fountain pen right at the top. So beautiful. And at the bottom there, tells you a little bit about the carousel fountain pen, capturing your most magical memory of the midway. The carousel comes equipped with a converter that is ready to be filled with your favorite fountain pen ink. Bring your brightest ideas to life with the spirit of the carnival. And then it shows each of the pieces. So you have your converter and the fountain pen. So I do think it is kind of interesting. So when you flip the box one way, all the writing is this direction. Then you flip it this way, all the writing is this direction. And then when you flip it this way, you have to actually turn it the other direction. So it's kind of interesting. I feel like this should have been printed the other way around, with the or at least the words going from left to right instead of right to left. Yeah. But those are nitpicky things that don't have anything to do with the pen itself. The pen is quality. The ink is, I think, even higher quality to me. But again, it's a entry-level pen, 15 bucks, a great investment and a great start to your collection. I will leave the links to all of those below, as well as the link to my dip pen in case you are interested in a dip pen. And Ferris Press is starting to make some of the glass dip pens as well, so you can stay tuned for more of those. Right, so then the next haul that I got is from Adagio Teas. So this is a full of tea. You can't really see much inside there. Set that off to the side. Take out the air pillows. Alright, we'll save that one for towards the end. I think I know what that one is. So I got a couple of freebies in here too, because they also own a spice and a coffee company. And so I was able to get a free sample of one of their coffees from my husband, and this one is from Costa Rica, and it is the Catuai Natural Pour Over Single. So it's basically enough for just 1 cup of coffee, which my husband will love to try. And then next up, I got a Formosa Ruby 18 Black, and this is handcrafted teas. So these are teas made by artisan farmers whose devotion and skills set them apart as true masters. And you can learn more about them at the masters-tea.com or teas.com. And that's part of Adagio Teas. They have some of the real higher end, high quality teas as well. So the Formosa Ruby 18 Black is a very fine version of the Ruby 18. It's intense with surprising licorice notes. There are notes of spice, a hint of caramel, and a whisper of roasted vanilla bean for a dynamic experience. And that just sounded so yummy. I tried to get some, so let's go ahead and open that and give it a little sniff. Ooh. I can smell the vanilla and the caramel. It's got some savoriness, but also a little bit of sweetness to it. It almost has a little bit of grassy scent as well. Let's see if I can show you a little sample of what it looks like. And that's going to open up really nice in the cup. Yeah, I have a nice big glass teapot, and so I don't need like the little strainers, because with the big teapot that I have, they can really unfurl, all the leaves can unfurl and really get all infused and let go of all their flavors. All right, what else did I get? I also got a Bella Luna, and this is only available on the blue moons, and I was able to grab it before they ran out from the last blue moon in September. Experience our elusive Bella Luna Blue, a beautiful herbal blend available only during the rare phenomenon of a blue moon, which 2023 we did have 4 of them. Bella Luna Blue blends the zesty freshness of lemongrass and the flavor of blueberries with the exotic butterfly pea flower, which when brewed turns the mystifying herbal tea indigo. So it's like this real bluish purple color. It's very pretty. For an even more exciting treat, add a few drops of lemon juice to the mix and watch the real magic unfold. Ooh, I wonder what will happen when you add a little acid to it. I may have to try that. Interesting. You brew it for 5 to 10 minutes at 212 degrees, and you use a teaspoon of the tea to 1 cup of water, or 8 ounces of water. All right, let's give this one a little peek. And I love their packaging too. It's always so pretty, and you have the little blue moon up here. Walter really wants to smell this too. It's definitely an interesting blend. I don't think this would be necessarily a flavor for everybody, at least just from the bag smell. You can really smell the blueberries and the lemongrass in there. There's also a little something in there that has a touch of a bitter scent to it, which I actually enjoy, especially in my teas. I like a good bold bitter tea. But you can see the blue cornflowers right here. So pretty. And then they give this crazy vibrant blue or indigo bluish purple color to your tea once it's brewed. But there's definitely a lot of lemongrass in there. And a hint of blueberry. The blueberry comes through really well when the bag is closed, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm very interested in trying this one. And all right, so there's 2 more things that I'm excited about. One will be coming up later because it's too early to open it all up now. I may open up a little bit of it a couple of the days just to see what flavors are in here. But I have to get this every year. I'm always so excited when it comes out, but it's the 24 Days of Tea. It's their Christmas or tea advent calendar for December, and I like it because it has 24 days of tea. You can get it as tea bags or as a loose leaf tea, and it's the same price for either, which is nice. The backside with the bow, and again, it's from Adagio Teas. And the packaging is always fun too. All right, so this time we have a tree with a little Rudolph or reindeer in the center there. And yeah, 24 Days of Tea. We have the back here. Ooh, trying not to get the glare. For the QR code, it'll take you to a page that has, if you scroll down a little bit, it'll say spoilers on it. And if you click on that, then you can actually see all of the teas that are in here. I think it's kind of fun how on some days they have like the number, and on other days they spell the number out. So like it says 20, but this one is the numeric 2. That's kind of fun. Makes it interesting. Let's go ahead and open up day 1 just to see what's in there. Give you a little sneak peek. And these ones are the loose leaf teas. Oh, this one's a good one. I actually have a full bag of this one. This one is their reindeer fuel, and this one is a black tea with a ginger, peppermint leaves, a toasted mate, so it is high in caffeine from the black tea and the toasted mate. And then it also has cocoa nibs, natural chocolate flavor. And this one, since it is a black, it's at boiling water, so 212 degrees for 3 to 5 minutes. And again, just the bag in 1 cup or 8 ounces of water. But this one, the peppermint, just when you open the bag, oh, the peppermint smells so good. And then you get the richness from the black tea, and you get a little bit of heat and some zing from the ginger is just so good. And then there's just a touch of chocolate in there just to round the whole thing out. Such a good tea. Love that one. Okay. And then throughout December, as we kind of keep going through the month, through vlogs and wrap-ups and TBRs and all of that, I will most likely highlight a few more of the teas that are in here. But let's go ahead and open one more of them. Let's go with a day 12, so partway through the month. Or should we go with day 14? Let's go with day 14. Just cause my friend's birthday is on the 14th, so we'll go with that one. Okay, they do pack them in here really good so they don't really slide around. Like, it can be a little difficult to get them out sometimes, but ooh, Autumn Mist Green. I think I've had this one before too. It's pretty good. So this one's a green tea, so it's going to be 180 degree water, so just before boiling, and then only steep for 2 to 3 minutes. And it's gunpowder tea, so apple pieces, cinnamon, rose hips, natural cream. Oh, okay, no, I have not had this one before. So gunpowder tea, apple pieces, cinnamon, rose hips, natural creme brulee flavor, marigold flowers, red and rose petals with a moderate amount of caffeine. That one sounds really interesting. I may have to save this for my mother-in-law though. She loves creme brulee, so I may have to give this one to her and let her give it a try. So yes, there's 2 of the days from the Adagio Tea Advent Calendar. So if you are interested in tea Advent calendars, or you just love Advent calendars of all kinds, I will leave a link below to this one in case you would like to pick it up. And I am not an affiliate. This isn't sponsored, nothing like that. I just love their teas. I love the company. I love their service, customer service, and it's just a great community. So they have a lot of different fun things, like they have the community, and you can sign up to get like a week of teas at a time. And there's a community page for the community tea box, and each day you open it up and you can go online and you can chat with other Adagio tea members that have also gotten that, and you can discuss your thoughts on the tea, which is kind of fun. It's nice to see other people's views on it. Sometimes they pick up notes in the tea that you didn't. You're like, oh, that's what that flavor was. Or you hated a tea and someone else loved it, and you're like, why did you like this tea? Or why didn't you like this? I love this tea. So it's a lot of fun, and it's just a way to connect with other tea lovers out there. So the one that I'm super excited about, because it's spooky season right now, they have the Wicked Tea Blends, and these ones are super exciting. Bring your cauldron to a bubble, because these 6 wicked teas are spooktacular. Perfect for those frightful nights spent with your favorite ghouls and goblins. And it's just really pretty packaging. Super fun. So there is a caution on there. It says, contains magic potions. Handle with care. Okay, let's give this a little open. It smells nice inside. Ooh. A little loose tea escaping. Just some of the dust from packaging. Oh, that's a beautiful card. Love it. Okay, so Wicked Teas. And it gives you a sneak peek of all of the different teas that are in there and what their names and flavors are. So we have, let's go ahead and pull them out as we go. Okay, so first up we have the Bat Brew. And this one is black tea, cinnamon, ginger, cocoa nibs, natural flavor, orange, and cloves. It is high caffeine, and it has, you steep for 3 minutes at 212 degrees, or 100 degrees Celsius if you're Celsius over Fahrenheit. Adagio Halloween Special. And then they have that same symbol on the back that's on the card. Okay, next up we have Cat Scratch. That one's super cute. So Cat Scratch, black tea and natural flavor, cacao nibs, chicory, dark chocolate chips, cocoa, blue cornflowers, ginger, green rooibos, red peppercorn, orange marigold flowers, and strawberries. This is high caffeine and it sounds so delicious. This is one of the reasons I wanted to get this. So you can kind of see a little sneak peek inside. This one's the bat claw, or the bat brew, sorry, the bat brew. Yeah, these tins are packed full, so be careful when you open them because they could kind of let loose some of what's inside. And they are a little hard to open at the beginning because they are so full. So that one's the cat's claw. I can't want to say cat claw for everything. Cat scratch. That one's the cat scratch. That one smells really good. Okay. Next up we have the Monster Mash. Very cute on the cover, on the top of the tin there. So caramel tea, cream tea, and candy eyeballs. So this one is high caffeine, and again it's $2.12 for 3 minutes. So this one's, there's a couple of them that are really fun in here, and they have some cute little candy pieces. Let me see if I can open enough to actually get some out without pouring it all over my dog who's in my lap. Aha, there's one. Okay. It has like little candy, little candies inside, and this one is in the shape of an eyeball. It's just adorable. Okay, let's see if I can get this one to close. Didn't lose too much. All right, next up we have candy apple. Candy apple. And this one is black tea, apple pieces, natural flavor, and cinnamon, high caffeine. These ones are all brewed at 212 degrees, which is boiling, or 100 degrees Celsius. And they are all also for 3 minutes, except for the last one. That one is 7 to 10 minutes because it's an herbal tea, so those always steep a little bit longer. All right, so the candy apple, which sounds just like a candy apple. It sounds delicious. Again, they all pretty much are black teas, so they all have a similar color. But, oh, that smells really good. It smells like that potpourri, like when you walk into a room, you're like, oh, what is that? That smells so good. That's what these all smell like. Okay, next up is Ghoul Gulp. Say that 5 times fast. So, Ghoul Gulp. And that is, oh, this one's actually decaf. So we have decaf Ceylon tea, natural flavor, honey bush tea, which is also caffeine free, and peppermint. Interesting. So there's a trace of caffeine in this one because it is decaffeinated. Sometimes there's still a trace amounts of caffeine that still show up in the tea at that point. But a lot, if you're really worried about it, you can do a first run and just kind of pour that off. So basically just kind of pour some water through it. And then the second run is usually half the amount of caffeine that the first one was. So if there are trace amounts, then most likely they're gone by the second run, in case that's something that is important to you. Now it's got some good colors in there. Ooh, I wish I could open these more, but they're so full. So you definitely get your money's worth on these because they do just cram the tins completely full. And then you can always use these later for, you can put mints in them, you can use them for, you can like hold paper clips or thumbtacks or things like that, extra erasers, things like that in these tins afterwards. Or you could just use them as decorations for Halloween. And then last but not least, we have the pumpkin potion. And this one is an herbal tea, so it is honeybush, rooibos, cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, cacao nibs, cardamom pods, natural flavor, white cornflowers, and safflower. So this one steeps for 7 to 10 minutes at boiling, and it is caffeine free. Oh yeah, it smells like pumpkin pie spice. So good. Okay, Okay, I'm so excited. I got home from my rehearsal yesterday and found this outside my door, and I'm like, what is that? And I opened it up and I was like, did a book I ordered come in? I don't think so. And then I realized this is my notebook therapy order that I never got a notification that it shipped, so I'm very excited that it came in. So let's check it out and see what I got. Let's see. Little card from Notebook Therapy that says thank you for your order. Very nice. And then I did get the extra sticker set. So let's see what's in there. So let's see what we got here. See if I can get up close. I had my wrong glasses on for this. This one is great for your weeklies. So there's the days of the week and things like notes and dates and that kind of, and a little quote at the bottom. Follow the moon, transform, and evolve with the energy. This one is more of a paper texture to it. So you can actually write on top of it really easily with just a ballpoint pen. For most stickers and washi tapes, you have to have a permanent marker for that. And then we've got some different moon phases. Love it. And then the main reason I got this, well, the moon phases, but then also this one is so pretty. It's really shiny. Oh, love it. Okay, so the sticker pack, definitely worth it. All right, so what did I get in here? You can kind of see a little bit there. Oh, it's so pretty. So here's the covers, if you can see it with all the shininess. Let's find out what journals I got. So I realized I was going through and trying to figure out what journals I wanted to use for 2024. And I realized that I don't really have many journals left. I have one white dot grid and I have one blackout journal, and that's it. And I already used a blackout journal, and I actually used up quite a few of my gel pens with that, that work on the black paper. And I didn't really want to use the blackout again for a full bullet journal. So when I saw this email for the sale on the new Suki line for the lunar phases, I had to go for it. So Lunar Magic, the Lunar Mystery Collection. So that's the one. So you can actually see it now without all the shiny on the wrapping. All right. And here's this one. So I did end up getting 2 of the journals. This is my first time using the Notebook Therapy journal, so we'll see how that goes. So pretty. And there's so many of them that I like, but most of the ones that I really want to use, they're sold out on. So, and it looks like they're probably not getting them back in. I'm not sure. The little girl with the hat, the witch's hat, and the one with the music notes on it, they're both really pretty, but they don't have them. So, and this is a nice kind of a velvety cover, which is nice, and I love the decoration on the front, and it also has it on the side, which is something else I love about Notebook Therapy. And they have their little icon on the back down there. But look at these sprayed edges. I was fangirling over these when I was looking at them. So the biggest drawback for me for Notebook Therapy is that there is no pen loop. And I like a pen loop. And I do like, I don't mind putting these in a folio for a little cover, but then you never get to see the front of it. So there's a couple of notebooks that I got like with a mystery box or whatever that I didn't really care about the cover too much, so I could just put them in a folio and not worry about it. But these ones are beautiful and I want to look at them. Now these aren't part of my haul, but they are things I've had for a little while because I've had other notebooks that don't have a pen loop, and they work great. And they have, this side is a sticky, you just peel this off and then you go to the back cover or wherever on your journal and you sticky it in wherever you want it, and now you have a pen loop. So when I found these, that's when I'm like, oh, I could definitely try a notebook therapy journal now. And it came as a 5-pack, I believe. Yeah, it was a 5-pack, and I've already used 2 of them, so I still have 3 left, which is great because I'll use 2 of them for these 2 journals. So we have a nameplate page, and then of course it's the basic dot grid, and it's 160 GSM paper again. So they're pretty similar to the Archer and Olive. They've got the 2 bookmarks. They don't have any kind of jewel or charm or anything at the bottom, which is fine. I've actually used old earrings that have broken. I've taken the little hook off of them and then weaved them through on some of my journals, which is kind of fun. So you can create your own charm for those. So that's notebook number 1. Notebook number 2. Let's see. All right. Yeah, and I love the color. I love black and gray, and then I love purple. So this is kind of like a lilac-y gray, which I love. So again, you got the beautiful icon on the front, and then they have the same design on the side and the same one on the back. And then it's the same edges as well, sprayed edges, but they are just beautiful. Now, I do prefer silver over gold, always. So silver sprayed edge would be my preference, but those are harder to find. Oh, and I actually forgot. So you do have the pocket at the back, and I forgot you get a little paper clip from Notebook Therapy, and this one is, let's do it this way so it's a little prettier. It's a little star. Ooh. And this one is a moon. So cute. I love these. So I'm excited to try out these 2 journals for my next year bullet journals. We'll see how it goes. And I do have, so I missed out on the original sale for the Archer and Olive, one of their notebooks that was a little bit bigger, more of like a ledger size. And so I signed up for hopefully getting it if it comes back in stock in December. And if I do get that one, then I will use that for my reading journal. If not, then maybe I will use the blackout paper again. I mean, I've already used the blackout paper for my reading journal this year. I don't know if I want to do that again, but stay tuned for my planner lineup coming out later in the year to find out which journals I decide to use for 2024. Alright, so that is my stationery and tea haul. Let's get the lid back on there so I don't lose it. And then I also got some Kindle books. There was a bunch of Kindle books on sale on October 10th and 11th for part of Prime Days. And so I picked up a few. I think there was 5 of them. There was 6 or 7. You could get almost a full series. They had anywhere from the first book to the first 3 books for 99 cents. And luckily I actually had the first book in a couple of the series already, so that was nice. That saved me just a little bit. So the first series that was on sale for 99 cents was the Songs of Chaos series, and that is by Michael R. Miller. The first book is Ascendant.
Holt Cook was never meant to be a dragon rider.
He has always served the order hall of the crag dutifully, keeping their kitchen pots clean, until he discovers a dark secret. Dragons do not tolerate weakness among their kin, killing the young they deemed flawed. Moved by pity, Holt defies the order, rescues a doomed egg, and vows to protect the blind dragon within. But the scourge is rising. Undead hordes roam the land, spreading the blight and leaving destruction in their wake. The dragon riders are being slaughtered, and betrayal lurks in the shadows. Holt has one chance to survive. He must cultivate the mysterious power of his dragon's magical core, a unique energy which may tip the balance in the battles to come and prove to the world that a servant is worthy after all. The second book is Unbound. And then the third book is Defiant. So the other full series that was available, about what was there so far, was the Bound and the Broken series by Ryan Cahill. So Ryan Cahill has The Fall, which is his first novella, and on his website for free for everyone. And then his first book in the Bound and the Broken series, which is Of Blood and Fire, was 99 cents, which I already owned all of these, so I didn't have to get any of them, but I definitely would have snagged all of them. And then he has Of Darkness and Light, which is the second book. And he has The Exile, which is the next novella. And then I believe Of War and Ruin might have been on there as well, but he also has The Ice, which is the newest novella. So I don't remember exactly how many of those were the 99 cents because I already had all of them, so I didn't look. But you were able to get a few of those for 99 cents, and then the rest for some of them were even a discounted price from there. Born in fire, tempered in blood. Etheria is a land divided by war and mistrust. The High Lords of the South squabble and fight, only kept in check by the Dragon Guard, traitors of a time long past who serve the Empire of the North. In the remote villages of southern Etheria, still reeling from the tragic loss of his brother, Kaelin Breyer prepares for the proving, a test of courage and skill that not all survive. But when three strangers arrive in the village of Milltown with a secret they are willing to die for, Kaelin's world is ripped from under him and he is thrust headfirst into a war that has been raging for centuries. There is no prophecy. His coming was not foretold. He bleeds like any man, and bleed he will. Okay, and then next up I got The Pale Princess by D.K. Holmberg. Stories claim the Pale Princess was a powerful sorcerer who once saved the world from a dangerous magic. Only a few know the truth. Lan and Sophie lead a simple life with their grandparents, though both long for more. When the grandparents are murdered during a strange magical attack, their lives will be forever changed. For Sophie, she's brought to a palace where she lives a luxurious life while trying to understand what the strange sorcerer Ridain wants from her. When she discovers a talent with magic, she learns poses that give her access to power that she had only heard about in the stories her Nana told. For Lan, who's always wanted to learn the sword, the opportunity to train as a soldier makes him think he'll be able to learn and serve. What he finds is brutality and torment, though he does learn to fight. A chance encounter on the battlefield takes him away from that brutality, where he's given a chance to learn another way, and finally become the mythical Tai soldier he's dreamed of being. As Sophie tries to understand her purpose in the palace and Lan longs for battle, they become a part of a dangerous war, and may be the only ones capable of stopping a dark power a dangerous sorcerer wants to once more unleash upon the world. I was also able to get the first book in the Echo Saga, which is Rise of the Ranger. The echoes of fate, a prophecy uttered unto the world 1,000 years ago, cannot be denied. Mankind has lorded over the land of Ilion for 1,000 years, building on the ruins left by the elves as if it were their birthright. 1,000 years is a long time for an immortal race to see the truth of things, a truth that has remained unsaid for a millennium. Elves are superior. They are faster, stronger, and connected to the magical realm in a way that man could never grasp. Ilion should belong to them. Unaware of the shadow that looms in the east, the 6 kingdoms of man are fractured, unallied, and clawing at each other's gates for more power. This isn't just war set to ravage the land, but a slaughter. The world of man cannot hope to survive. Thrown into the heart of this war is a man known by many names, an outlander of the wilds, an assassin, a ranger. Asher was born 1,000 years ago to a life he doesn't remember. 40 years of brutal training and killing for money has beaten the earliest years of his life away, leaving his ties to the oldest of evils a mystery to all. The second book, which is Empire of Dirt. And then the third book, which is Relic of the Gods. So I'm very excited to read all of these new fantasy series books that I got, and they're all very beloved authors. So those are all the books I got on my Kindle recently, and that's my stationery haul. We got the ink chargers and the fountain pen. We got some awesome teas and some great books, and I can't wait to use them all pretty much together. Take some notes with my fountain pen, drink some tea while I'm reading, and it's gonna be a great time. I may have some more notebooks coming in at the end of the year. I'm down to my last 1 or 2 notebooks, so I need to get some notebooks that I'm going to be using for next year in my planner lineup, so you'll get to see all of them then as well. I do have a couple still left, and hopefully I will be able to fill my stores back up with my Christmas and birthday hauls that will be coming up at the end of the year as well. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you want it. And if you made it this far, leave a fountain pen emoji in the comments to let me know you're here. Thank you so much for helping me to hit the 300 subscriber mark, and I can't wait to see where 2024 will be taking me. Very excited for that. And I've got some fun things coming up in the new year, and some buddy reads coming up, and hopefully some great readathons as well. And I hope to join you all in whatever you will be doing as well. So until next time, keep reading. Bye.